What up, guys? It's Grant's Comics here, and today I got another comic haul. It's kind of a small comic haul, not really, but I'll show you guys the stack of comics right over here. Boom, right there. And after I show you guys the comics, I'm actually going to tell you guys the backstory of how I got it, what was the deal of it. So first one is Species Human Race 1 out of 4 right there. This is but yeah, there's that one. Species Human Race 2 out of 4. So this is like a limited series. Once I read all this and review this, when I read the first one, I'll explain more about the series when I get to it. Species Human Race 3 out of 4 right there. Boom, awesome cover. And this is my favorite one off the Species limited series. Species 4 out of 4 right there. Boom, that's pretty cool. It's creepy and cool at the same time. Next is Angel Fire #1. It's like a photo variant. It looks like it's probably like a Rob Liefeld cover. It feels like a little water damage on the side. I'll talk to more detail once I review that. Next is the one I actually glad I got because of what's going on with the MCU. Warlock and the Infinity Watch #1. Collector's item, first issue. Pretty cool. Next is Glory #2. It's another Rob Liefeld cover. Sorry about the glare. So if you guys can tell by so far, you guys know what era this is. This is Reject #1. Another Rob Liefeld, I believe. Yeah, Rob Liefeld cover, which is dope. Ghost Rider #10. This is like what, my third or fourth Ghost Rider comic I got, which is pretty cool. I thought this was an 80s comic, so I got kind of excited, but it's from 92. It is Alpha Flight 107 or Alpha Flight World Tour 92, so I don't know if it's another Alpha Flight story or it's just a storyline World Tour, but Alpha Flight 107. When I first got this, I thought it was an 80s comic, and I was like, oh, cool, until I saw the 1994 thing, and I was like, oh, it's a 90s comic. And the last one is Glory #3 with a brutal cover right there. It's cool. But yeah, that's the stack. So now, since I showed you guys the stack, I'm going to tell you guys of how I acquired it and how much I paid for it. And this is obviously all going to be for my online shop. That's going to be coming out soon in the future. Almost done with the putting in comics into the marketplace, and then after, once I hit a certain point in my marketplace, then I'll start to make a page for my comic store and stuff like that. And like I said before, when I mentioned my comic store, it's only going to be locally, because so if you guys are from Hawaii on a big island, then you guys can and if you guys are comic fans, you guys can go on my marketplace and see what I got, or you guys can wait till my online comic store is up. But if you're not from the big island, I'm sorry, I can't help you out there, but I'm sure there is local there's flea markets for you guys where you guys can get these comics, or you guys can get Amazon if you guys want to get these comics that I just showed you guys. But yeah, this is just coming from my shop. A lot of things, if I ever get more comics, all the past previous hauls that I did is basically for my shop, because that's what I'm focusing on. I'm rarely trying to get stuff for myself, and the only things I'm getting for myself is my list. I mean, obviously, I'm gonna read these comics for you guys to do more videos, but I'm not gonna keep them in my collection. I'm gonna sell them unless, like I said, if it's on my comic list, then there is a definitely chance that's gonna be in my collection. Because I want to focus on my list as for me. But as far as my shop, I don't get comics. I only get comics from my shop, like I said. Anyway, so how I attended these stacks of comics, I saw it on Facebook. Originally, it was going to go for $45. This guy had these were in bags, only bags. When I got it, it was like in dirty bags, so I had to clean up by putting in my bags I have in my studio and my boards, because like I said, a lot of them did not have, in fact all of them did not have a board, so I had to use my board for these comics. And so he had one that was these ones were all bagged, like I said, and there was another stack of comics that was just no bagging board at all. And I said to him, I just want the ones that have the bag. I can add boards to them. I told him about that I'm gonna have a online comic store in the future, and I would love to have these collections. And honestly, two reasons why I didn't get all of them. One is that I didn't have $45, and two, because I'm too lazy to bag and board every single comic that he had. And the third, well, I'm not lazy because I love doing the bag boards, but mostly because I don't have enough bags to do all those books, so I couldn't do it. So that's why I said to him, I just want the bagged ones, and then I can just add the boards, stuff like that. But I put my own bags anyways, so because it was dirty. And the one thing that irritated me, that when he gave me his collection after I gave him what I paid for, and it wasn't $45, it was like $30, so I paid $30 just for the bagging board. But anyways, when I came back home, I saw not only it was dirty, but he cut the bottom of the bag, not realizing that you can just flip the thing and stuff like that. So that kind of irritated me. So all I did, and I finally learned how to take out a comic properly, because I would always just do this right on the board, but you have to like tap the bottom and then you slide the board. But anyways, I'll do a video on that later in the future if you guys want me to do that. So anyways, yeah, so that irritated me. I met with him. I paid him the $30, and he showed me other comic books that he had. A lot of it was not bagging boarded, so I didn't get the bagging boarded ones. I just, like I said, I got the ones that are bagged. So a lot of it, so this stack and the other stack that he has, that he's selling, he is all 90s comics. And I just asked him out of curiosity, because he looks like maybe in his 30s, late 20s. So anyways, I said to him, how do you have this? How did you get this? Did you buy it, or did you have it from your childhood? Because it's 90s, and he's, like I said, he looks like in his late 20s, so maybe he had it as a kid. And he said, what surprised me was, he said, this was actually my wife's father's comics that he had for 30 years. And in my mind, I'm like, okay, 30 years, that's a long time to have a comic. And from the looks of a lot of these comics, aside from the water damage on Angel Fire, they look in pretty good shape for comics that's for being in, probably it was in an attic or somewhere. If it was in an attic, it's in good shape for something that's been in the attic for over 30 years. So I said to him, "Wow, that's pretty cool." And I don't know if I don't know if he wanted to sell it to make profit, or if his wife told him to get rid of the comics, or the wife's father passed away and they were looking into the attic and they saw these comics. I don't know what it was because I didn't want to go in more detail of why he did that. But when he told me this, I was like, wow. And in my mind, I'm thinking, because my dad told me that if you really want the good comics, you should try to find an older person, like someone that's 60 years old or 70 years old and had these comics for a long time, or like how I said yesterday, or as this video, the day before this video is recorded, that's when I got these comics. So to me, if you guys, for my tip, here's a tip for you guys, comic collectors. If you guys really want older comics from like the 60s, 70s, 80s, 50s possibly, then find someone like an older person in their 60s or 70s that potentially has these comics, and then you might score a jackpot, either if it was for your collection or to flip, or if you have a grandfather who used to collect these comics and don't want it or passed away and you have it, then that's cool. Because from what I know of, I don't have any relatives who collect comics as a kid. I don't know. But anyways, so yeah, that was pretty cool. I think his name is Alex. So if Alex is watching this, then thank you so much for giving me the stack of comics. And I know you have more, and if I ever see you again or something like that, or if you ever talk to me again, then potentially I might get more comics from my shop. But other than that, give this video a thumbs up. If you guys like it, give this video a thumbs up. Subscribe if you guys haven't. If you guys don't like it, it's okay. And tell me what you guys think of this haul. Do you think I scored big? Do you think I should have gotten more comics from him? Let me know in the comment down below. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Alright.